Hi guys, Martin here with another roundup of all the latest racing game news straight from the Team VVV website. We start this week with the answer to a question regular viewers of the series probably thought would never be answered after we speculated for weeks on end. Yes, you guessed it, it can only be Drive Club's long-awaited release date. We thought it would turn up anywhere from June through to September, but it turns out most of us were wrong. After months of worrying silence since its delay last year, Evolution has finally confirmed that Drive Club will be putting up on PS4 on October 7th in the US and October 8th in Europe. That's only nearly a year after it was originally meant to be released as a PS4 launch title. Coinciding with the announcement was this new triumphant trailer reintroducing us to the game, reminding us why it gives Project Cars a run for its money in the graphics department. It looks sensational and gives us hope that the extra development time will be worth it in the long run, as it should look even better by October. These gorgeous graphics have come at a cost, however, as it's now been confirmed that Drive Club will be locked to 30 frames per second, which is a cardinal sin for some racing game fans, despite 60 frames being perceived as the new standard this generation. Forza 5 runs at 60 frames after all, and you could argue it's essential for simulating the sense of speed in racing games, so it's disappointing to say the least. The release date also wasn't the only new thing we learned about Drive Club this week. At the start of the trailer, you may have noticed a previously unannounced Ferrari in the game, which is all the confirmation we need that Evolution has licensed them. Lamborghini is also said to be on the way if past leaks are to be believed. Evolution has also explained exactly what caused Drive Club's delay. Turns out a lot of the development time has been devoted to the game's dynamic menu to create a seamless social racing experience. All I can say is it better be a pretty damn snazzy menu after such a long wait. As for Drive Club Plus Edition, yes, it is still happening and will be free to download for PlayStation Plus subscribers on the day of launch, with 10 cars and one location containing 5 tracks. Unfortunately for Sony, Drive Club will find itself sandwiched in between Project Cars, The Crew, and presumably F1 2014 and possibly even Forza Horizon 2 when it's finally released in October, so you can only hope it isn't heading for a dead end. This week marks the tragic death of the famous Formula 1 driver Ayrton Senna. To commemorate his life, Polyphony has provided details on some special Senna-related content coming soon to Gran Turismo 6 at the end of this month as a free update. So far, his iconic 1985 Lotus 97T has been confirmed as one of the additions, with more yet to be revealed. To start with, a short documentary on the legendary driver has been produced by the same person who directed the Kazunori documentary, which can be viewed in full in the link below. We also waved goodbye to Gran Turismo 5's online service this month. The final seasonal event has just launched and will run until the game's online system shut down on May 31st. Players who also participate in the event will be gifted 5 cars in GT6. Moving on now to Project Cars. As you'd expect, the screenshots and video footage we've seen so far has been captured from a ludicrously expensive high-spec PC, which is what it's been primarily developed for. However, new screenshots finally show us how it's shaping up on the PS4, and it looks virtually identical. Not surprising really, as it's widely known that the PS4's architecture is similar to that of a PC. Not long now until Mario Kart 8 power slides onto Wii U, and to get us revved up, Nintendo has announced the full track list. In total, 32 tracks will be featured. 16 are new, whereas the other 16 are based on old favourites. You can find the full list on the site in the link below. Codemasters has provided more details on Grid Autosport following its announcement a couple of weeks ago. Unlike Grid 2, we'll actually be able to adjust the driving settings with a variety of assists, including anti-lock braking, traction control, and stability systems, along with cornering assists and auto-steering options. The one-size-fits-all handling model of Grid 2 was one of my main gripes, so I'm glad to see it's finally been addressed. Difficulty bonuses also make a return, and there will also be a racing line option for the first time in Grid. Last week, one of you asked us for more news on Auto Club Revolution, so this is for you. Maserati is the latest manufacturer heading to the free-to-play PC racer. So far though, only the Gran Turismo MC Stradale has been confirmed. In fact though, they weren't the only Italian manufacturer confirmed, as Alfa Romeo will also be arriving in part of what Technics described as a major update. We have pretty much forgotten that there is a Mad Max game currently in development by the same people who brought you the gloriously over-the-top Just Cause series. Vehicular combat happens to be a central gameplay mechanic, which is why we featured a new trailer on the site, which introduces us to the Magnum Opus, the new star car of the game that replaces the famous Ford Falcon seen in the films. In the game you'll be salvaging parts to build it into the ultimate weapon. But custom car shop West Coast Customs has gone one stage further by building a real-life version of the game car, built not from a Ford Falcon but a Ford Pinto. Hopefully the upcoming film will have a slightly bigger budget. That's it for now, but I'll be back next time with another roundup. As always, you can visit us on teamvvv.com for all the latest racing game news, or you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter.